My name is Kevin Pike, and I'm a special effects supervisor for over 50 years in motion picture work, and I'm well known for my work on Jaws and Back to the Future, amongst many other films.
How did you get started to work in special effects?
It was by a freak accident. I was working at a restaurant called the Harbor View in Martha's Vineyard in April of 1974, and a party of 6 came in, and they were all filmmakers. And I listened to their conversations, and in doing so, I realized that they were about ready to do a film on Martha's Vineyard. And when they left, the art director left a valise under the table, and in it happened to turn out to be the storyboards for Jaws. And when I went outside and gave them to him, she said, "Oh my God, you've saved my life. Do you know what's in there?" I said, "No, sir, I did not look in your bag." He says, "In there are the storyboards." "You know what storyboards are, son?" I said, "I don't know." He says, "They're like a cartoon. When you make a picture, you draw everything out." And I said, "Oh, okay. Are you guys going to make a film?" And he said, "We sure are." And I said, "Okay, what's it about?" And he says, "It's about a shark that's going to eat your whole island." And that was my introduction to Jaws. And 3 days later, I got hired as a local hire laborer.
Which of these was the most memorable for you and why?
Jaws, because it was my first. I knew nothing, and I learned so much. He said, "We like your work. Please come out to Hollywood." And then I continued to work. And of course, Back to the Future, for that which I am most famous, for the creation of the DeLorean time machines. So they gave us sketches from the art department. We had 2 illustrators, Ron Cobb and Andy Probert. I worked with Ron Cobb on The Last Starfighter, and I worked with Andy Probert on Star Trek. So I knew them, and I knew their work. And they didn't give us blueprints. They gave us sketches. We want the car to look something like this. Very busy, lots of mishmash of all kinds of things. And so we gave it to my crew. I had 20 men. We worked for 10 weeks, and we put it together by parts that we bought at surplus, aircraft parts, electronic supplies, and car yards, and we built the design.